Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. I'm Dr. Ray and this is my channel where we talk about food and pets and all that kind of stuff and encourage intelligent discussion and answer questions and all that. Today we're going to do a dog food by request. We're going to do Orijen Tundra. And so if you're interested in learning about Orijen Tundra, stay tuned and we'll get into that now. Alright, so Orijen is part of a bigger parent company, Champion Pet Foods. They also make Akana, and so they are big on talking about high protein. They're big into like the weird proteins and nutrients and things like that. That's kind of their deal. Let's pull up their website. All right. And so if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see that they're part of the Champions Pet Food brand. So they've got a couple different labels that they sell under. The one we're going to do today is the Tundra. It is a dog food. And so what I did was I went ahead and I emailed the company to get some more specifics on the nutrients. The nutrients on the package are going to be listed as fed, and they're going to be minimums and maximums, and so we want to know exact here. And so if I'm able to get the company to tell me exacts, that's going to be the best, and so that's what I did. All right, so you've got their logo in the top left hand corner. It says it's the 2021 best overall dog food by Insider Reviews, and so I'm not sure what the qualifications are to be a best dog food overall for Insider Reviews, but we're going to find out today if it meets the cut. So biologically appropriate nutrition. The biologically appropriate nutrition call out is kind of a marketing thing. When they say biologically appropriate, you know, what does that mean? What exactly does that mean? What's the definition of that? What they are saying, or at least the vibe that they're trying to give off when they say biologically appropriate, is that it's close to what a wolf would eat, because dogs, of course, you know, all dogs are wolves. They come from wolves, and, you know, we should feed them like a wolf. So that's kind of a marketing thing there. I mean, it's not a big deal, but just know that they are trying to like pull at the heartstrings there a little bit. It says it's made with grass-fed lamb, ranch-raised venison, duck, so that's excellent. 85% premium animal ingredients, and then it has a little asterisk there. Whole prey diet. And as far as I know, that term whole prey diet, it doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't hold really any legal, so a pet food package is like a legal document, and there are certain terms that you can and cannot use, and they mean certain things legally. They may not mean what you think they mean, but in the legal definition where it's defined, it may mean something completely different. Now, I don't think whole prey diet is defined, and there's an asterisk there, and I'm not sure what the asterisk goes to, so we're gonna have to look into that further. The first 5 ingredients are fresh or raw, and so right there, I am a little bit concerned because raw is definitely not recommended amongst veterinarians, nutritionists, internists, anything like that. It's just there are a lot of implications as far as, you know, concerns with, you know, listeria and bacteria and salmonella and all those things, proper handling. And so when it says raw there, I'm already a little bit concerned about that. Let's see here. The picture is beautiful. I mean, the marketing here, they're going all out. You've got the beautiful picture of the fish and the meat, and, you know, some sort of berries and stuff. So it's really beautiful. So they've got the lamb, venison, duck, goat, pork. They've got organs in there, fish. I mean, it looks beautiful. Packed with fresh or raw meat, poultry, and fish. It's authentic whole prey. So in the wild, dogs' ancestors naturally consumed all delicious and nutritious parts of their prey, including meat, poultry, organs, and bone. That is why we include these in the animal ingredients and our nourishing ratios in all our diets. And then recognized as the best. Our award-winning kitchens and foods are beyond comparison. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, right here, they're defining what the whole prey diet is, and so they're saying that it includes organs and stuff like that. That's great. There's nothing wrong with that. I think including organs is important. There's a lot of nutrients in organs. What's important to understand is they're saying it as like, oh, it's all, you know, whole prey, it's organs and things like that. That would be also considered what a lot of people would think as byproducts. And so they're just using a fancy word for like byproducts there to kind of suck you in. So know that that's marketing. And so other companies may be more straightforward and they'll just say, you know, list byproducts, but they're saying it's whole prey diet. And so we'll take a peek at the ingredients. We're not going to spend a lot of time there because they really manipulate this and they try to, you know, make things within the legal parameters look better to you. But yeah, we've got the whole prey ingredients. So we're going to see what that means down in the ingredient list. Down here, we do have the ingredients. And one of the first things it says is no grain ingredients. And so for me, again, that's a big no. So I'm not really sure how this is the number one diet. It is saying raw, which veterinarians do not like. It is saying no grains, which veterinarians do not like. And so right now I can tell you that probably whoever voted on this was not a veterinarian or did not consult veterinarians, which is fine because that may not be what they're going for. Maybe they're not going for the best veterinary approved diet. Maybe they're just going for the best selling diet. So that might be the case. We've got lamb, venison, duck, Arctic char, whole pilchard, duck liver, lamb, eggs, yada yada yada, whitefish meal, all, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. There's a lot of ingredients here. I'm not saying that the ingredients aren't good, and I'm not saying that that you shouldn't feed those things. I'm just saying it would be nicer, if they included grain in there, because that is important for dogs to have, because you can check out the community tab about grain-free and heart issues, but you know, there should probably be some of those in there. And then also, I don't like that they're trying to trick you guys by saying this whole prey thing, but that's the ingredient list in a nutshell. Okay, guaranteed analysis. Now, the guaranteed analysis is going to be on a as-fed basis. It holds some value, but very little value as it is listed on the package. And so we need to look into that further. If you're going to use the guaranteed analysis that they use, it's as-fed, you should convert it to dry matter, ideally. If you're going to use it, you need to notice that these are minimums and maximums. They are not exact. So ideally what you're going to do is you're going to email the company, which is what I did. And they were very receptive, and they did get back to me with the information I needed. So rather than zooming in on this ingredient list, I'm just going to pop up, or the guaranteed analysis, I'm just going to pop up here the values that they gave me, which are exacts in a percentage dry matter basis, and we're going to use that today for our evaluation. Now, this is going to be an adult dog food, so we want to pull up our adult dog reference. This reference comes from Small Animal Clinical Nutrition, the latest edition, and we're going to find it. Nutrient ingredients. Now, the key to using this chart, and you guys are all welcome, it's in the description below, but if you want to just screenshot this, you can do that as well. The key thing to know about this is it does have to be dry matter basis, and the foods, in order to be to compare them appropriately, they've got to be the same energy density. And so a lot of people say, well, Orijen, it's just super nutrition dense. Well, this is based on a 4,000 kcal per gram metabolizable energy, and we're going to see how dense the Orijen actually is. So let's see if we can pull up here that information. So again, we're not using this because it is not on a dry matter basis, and it is not it is just minimums and maximums. It's not exact. Okay, so over here on the left-hand side, the metabolizable energy is 3,860. So it's not super nutrient dense. It's right where it needs to be. And so that's exactly fine for using our comparison chart. And we're going to pull that back up. Comparison chart on this side, and then we're going to I'll pop on the screen over here what the Orijen is listed as. And so 46.2% protein is what they sent me, and we need it to be between 15 and 30, and so way excessive amounts of protein here. Fat at 20.9, so excessive amounts of fat, we want to be between 10 and 20. Calcium at 2.2. And let me see, do I have the calcium? I do not have the calcium listed on this one. I have it on another one. We'll get back to calcium. Phosphorus at 1.59, so way over on the phosphorus. And usually the phosphorus and the calcium go together. And so if the phosphorus is way over, the calcium is probably way over as well. So let me find my other chart that lists the AFCO standards for calcium. Got a much larger chart here. And we're gonna zoom in and see calcium. Okay, so the absolute maximum is 2.5, and they're at 2.2. If we're going to be fair for the phosphorus, we should probably look at the absolute maximum. And the absolute maximum is 1.6, and they're at 1.59. So the nutrients that they're putting in here is doing exactly what they're saying. They're saying we put a lot in there. We put, whatever it said, 85, what did they say? Oh no, sorry, 85% premium all animal ingredients. No, never mind what I was saying. The vibe that they give off, or the vibe that Orijen wants to give off, is that they have lots of nutrients. They pack lots of nutrients in there. They put so much nutrients in there, they're at excess. And so excess is not good. Excess is going to put extra strain on your kidneys for sure. So too much protein, if the body doesn't need it, the body doesn't use it, it's got to go somewhere. It's not stored, right? And so if you're feeding all this protein and all this calcium and all this phosphorus, it's waste, basically. So excessive waste, and that excessive waste has to be processed. And so where does it get processed? It gets processed in the kidneys. And so year after year after year of feeding a dog food with excess minerals and excess protein is going to wear the kidneys out. God forbid your dog already has kidney issues and you do this, and you could really exacerbate the problem. So let's say you have a pet that's already on this diet and they're doing great. Okay, if you want to feed this diet, that's fine, but you really need to make sure that you are checking your pet's kidney levels on a regular basis. So yearly, maybe if they're older and you're feeding this diet, which I would not recommend feeding this diet to a senior pet, so a dog over 7 years, I would definitely not recommend this. You're going to want to have that checked maybe even twice a year if you really want to feed this. We need to go to the AAFCO statement, speaking of the life stages. So they put a lot of stuff in here, and so what this is marketed as an adult food. What does the AAFCO statement actually say? Because the AAFCO statement is the truest statement on the package. This is just like a one-word sentence, and this one word is like gold. Like, this is exactly, they cannot lie here, they cannot manipulate you, they cannot emotionally blackmail you, they just have to put what it is. And so over here we see Orijen Tundra dog food is formulated. So they just took like a computer and they popped the information in that they wanted it to be, and boo, a recipe came out and they made it. They never fed it to dogs. They didn't see if these things that we're talking about, the kidney implications, actually happen. They don't know. They just followed a formula and they sold it to you guys. So ideally, if you're going to go way off the norm, and you're going to kind of experiment with pet food, and that's basically when they formulate, your pet is the experiment. So if they're going to do that, you would think that they would actually feed it to animals first before they sell it to you guys. And so I don't like formulated in general. I definitely don't like formulated when you're going like way super extreme with the food, because extremes are not great. Extremes outside of the norm are not great. I don't want to be creative with my pet's life, and so I don't particularly like that. Meet the nutritional levels established by AAFCO, which we already see that it's like barely eking by the nutritional levels of AAFCO for all life stages, except for the growth of large sized dogs. And so what they're saying is it's all life stages, so except for a large breed puppy. So you can feed it to pregnant, you can feed it to lactating, you can feed it to adults. Now this food may be more appropriate for a puppy, and we can look at that really quick. So let's pull up the puppy parameters, because I really don't think it's appropriate for an adult. And that's kind of what you get with all life stages. It's not specifically for your pet. So let's see. So this is more of what we're looking at for puppy. Back to what they emailed me. Sorry, I'll pop it back here on the screen again. So protein is still like way out of reference for puppy. Fat, 20.9 is okay. Calcium at 2.2 is still way too much for puppy. Phosphorus at 1 point, it's still too much. So it's not really appropriate for a puppy either. So, yeah, that's a bummer. I don't like making videos where I am a Debbie Downer the whole entire time. I feel bad when people come in, to my office and they think they're doing a really awesome thing. They're buying this food. We'll check out price. I feed this it's really expensive food. I really, I scrimp and I save to feed my pet this dog food, and it's really awesome. And Doc, what do you think? And I go through these things with them, and I can just see their face, like just kind of, that the life come out of it, because they didn't realize what they were doing. And it's really shameful for the pet food companies to do that, because if the pet food company really, really, really loved pets, they would follow the AAFCO statement, and they would follow the nutrient requirements, and they would have a nutritionist that knows that, this dog's not appropriate, this food is not appropriate for a lot of dogs because of the excess minerals. Now, again, if your pet's doing fine with it, I'm not saying change. I'm saying maybe next time you are in for your annual, have that kidney, the kidney values checked and make sure things are going okay. For me, I would personally never feed this food. I would have a hard time recommending it. I would not yell at you or be mean to you or try to, make you feel bad if you came into my office, but I would recommend that you check the lab work. Now, if the lab work's fine, then okay. But it's not for me. I don't like the grain-free. I really don't like all the marketing stuff that's trying to deceive people. I 100% cannot stand behind being out of the reference range. And people have told me, well, it's just super nutrient dense. Well, no, it's not, because the standards are on 4,000 kcals metabolizable energy, and this is a 3,800. So it's not even at the standard, highest standard level for nutrient density. So please be careful, again, with marketing, and that's why we're doing these videos. Break these foods down, pull out the marketing BS, and get down to what is really important, and that's the nutrient levels. And so pay attention to that, and don't fall into the trap. Now let's see what this food's going to cost you, because that's one of the things. Like this food is so great. I spent a lot of money on it. It's a great food, isn't it, Doc? Well, let's see what you guys are actually, paying for this one. I do apologize. The internet is a little slow, because we're in a new area today. They're still doing work on the house, and so I came out to my little private oasis that I have, and the lighting is bad, and you can probably hear the generator, and it's kind of hot in here because I turned the air conditioner off. But we may try this out, because it's quiet for the most part, and there's no kids, and nobody comes out here but me. So this may be our new filming studio from now on. If you guys like it, you can let me know in the comments. All right, so we were doing this one here, the Tundra, the Orijen Tundra, the one with the green label. Okay, so this bag of food is $134.62 for a 25-pound bag, 25 pounds. That is a lot of money, and that's a lot of money for a food that is not feeding to your specific life stage, isn't really feeding any specific life stage that I can see, and it's pouring all their money into marketing and sucking you in, and not pouring the money into doing what's best for your pet. So that's my opinion. I am very happy to entertain comments below. You can definitely, if you like this food and you have some reasons why you like it, let everybody know. But this is my opinion. I hate to be, a Debbie Downer on these videos. I like to have happy videos and things like that. But I review what you guys ask me to review, and this is my opinion on this one. So I don't know, maybe we'll put some rainbows and unicorns and things, and we'll end on a happy note like that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you ask me some questions to review some more pet products for you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.